Hi, this is David from Waterfall Way Designs. Today I would like to share with you some information about boosting your posts on Facebook. This is a cost-effective way to get your business in front of a larger audience. This is our Facebook page here. You can see a recent post we did about a website we've completed. At the bottom of every post there's this boost post option. If you click this button, you're then taken to a screen where you can allocate a budget, an audience, to send this post out to more people. This is Facebook's business model. They have millions and millions of people sharing their lives on their platforms, sharing photos, sharing stories. These people are attracted back to the platform to see stories and photos from their friends and family. To monetize this apparent free service, Facebook then sells this audience's attention back to businesses like us. This approach is doing quite well for them. They are currently a $500 billion company. Now, if businesses like us didn't find an advantage from doing this advertising, we wouldn't continue to spend, and they wouldn't continue to receive the revenue they are. Why we continue to spend is it's an effective spend. Traditionally, we used to spend money with radio and send our message to everybody. We used to spend money on newspapers and send our message to everybody that read that newspaper. With this sort of targeted advertising, you can put your message in front of just the appropriate people. Okay, so let's get into what this page actually does. So the first question they ask is, what's the goal? Why are you spending this money? So the Get More Messages option is where you've got a post that you've made that has a decent call to action, has a good offer. A lot of times we go with the Get More Engagement option. The idea here is you're pushing your post in front of people to get them to respond, to comment, to like, to share. This helps raise your audience numbers, so when you do have something to sell, you've got a good audience. So the next option is your button. So you can go from no button. This then makes it a plain post. See down here there's no call to action from Facebook. If I change that to book now, wait for it to load, you get that book now button there. So you've got your normal post and then there's a call to action from Facebook. Now if we go back to the no button option, if it's a general sort of a normal post that has your contact details in it, or it's just a normal post you're wanting to share, you'd go with the no button option. But if you have a post where you want them to do a particular action, you can select any one of these here. So you can do the Shop Now button and send them across to your website. You can do the Book Now button and send them across, and that just means as soon as they click on this, off they go to your website. The one we do use sometimes is the send message option. This prompts them to start a Facebook Messenger engagement with you. There's also that WhatsApp option, but again, you'll find this one here, sign up just for your newsletter audience. You'll find you just fine tune it for the post you're actually doing. So in this instance, I'd actually have no button, because all we're doing is pushing out a latest project and saying, hey, look at what we've done. And the intention of this post would be to make people aware of the type of work we're doing as a business, and at a later point we might do a decent call to action to say, hey, you've seen all the work we've been doing, if you're interested, contact us. Alright, so now to the powerful section of Facebook boosting. So here you can select your audience. Now by default it's chosen our local location. And so if you click on Edit Audience, you can see that they've suggested that we do 25 miles around Inverell. Now that is fine for something for you to start with and just see how that works out for you. But there's also the option where you can fine tune it a bit more. So if we have a look at we might have a look at this New South Wales fabrication. So if we edit this audience, what we've done here is we've put the location as the entirety of New South Wales. We've put both male and female. But what we've asked Facebook to do is to put it in front of people who have put down their occupation as welder fabricator, metal fabricator, boiler welder. And then also for people that may have an interest in welding or laser cutting or fabrication. So how we found these categories was just by browsing. You type in a keyword like welding and they bring up some options for you. So people that are interested in welding, demographics, they've got an occupation in that area. These people would be welding instructors, etc., etc. So you can drive various keywords to populate this section. But here's an even more amazing section. So you can browse to find these sort of categories. So you could specify that we want people from New South Wales, we want people that have these sort of interests and people in these roles, but we also want people that attended a certain school or had a certain field of study. We want people of a certain income, people that have had an anniversary or are currently away from family, birthdays, all sorts of things, different relationships, different work. It is incredible how defined you can make this audience. So I think we actually made this audience for, confirm, we were looking at somebody needed a new employee, a quality fabricator, and so we could use a Facebook ad to target people that were already in that role, New South Wales wide, and invite them to the wonderful township of Inverell and the benefits of country living, good package, good housing, affordable. So it's not just Facebook can be used for many things, not just selling things. So in this case we used it to retain quality staff. Okay, so let's get back to this post we're trying to boost. So we're trying to raise awareness that we make websites, so we're displaying a latest website we've done, but we also want to promote our clients' business. And so we recently did this website for Greg and Ziz, and so we want to share that in the region, so their website gets a bit of a boost and their business gets some attention. So we can just look through the audiences we have, or create a completely new audience there. This might be a good one. So we've used this before just to target 3 regional centres. So we've got 80 kilometres around Armidale, Inverell, Moree. You can see here you can also target by gender and by age. You can just drag to specify you want only 25 up to 60. So let's look at locations. So these are the 3 centres we're in at the moment. We could add another one, so we might go up to the border. So we'll do Tenterfield, and that pops up. And then you can see a little pin drop just there, and we can increase that circle there to reach more people in northern New South Wales. There's also this drop pin option, so you don't need to stay in the same spot. I could say, so I'll click on that, I could say I want to get up in southern Queensland, so I'll drop it there. And then we can zoom out and see needed the aroma. Yep. Zoom out and we can increase the circle there. And so you can see you're regionally based. You can target people, and what that means is that the audience that Facebook shows your post to remain in these regions, and so you can see it's relevant, particularly for our post. It's good to have local clients that you can, for websites that you can see and visit and take photos and understand their business more. So we'd like this ad to stay in our local region or places that we can get to. Alright, so we've got that set up. We get more engagement, no button, Inverell, Moree, Glen Innes as the audience. Now we've got the budget, and so we can spend any amount you like. So they've suggested 25. So the way it works is you give them an amount of money to spend, and they'll spread it across the days that you specify. So 7 days. So let's see what the minimum spend is. There we go. 147 per day. So that's the minimum you can spend per day. And so if we go back to sort of 7 days each, let's have a look here. Yeah, you can see the estimated people you reach. So obviously the more money you spend, the more faces Facebook will put your post in front of, and so you can sort of tailor this to your budget. And so you can start off really quite small and sort of see. So let's say we spend $10. Yeah, $10 for 6 days. So there's not a lot of spend on your initial posts, and you can just see how that $10 goes, how far you'd reach. They're suggesting this many people will be reached, but yeah, we've found even this minimum amount of spend will get a long way for you. So start small, build on it, and see how you go. There's a couple of final options before we get going. So where you want the ad placed, and so it's on Facebook and Messenger. They give you the option here to push it to Instagram as well. They're all owned by Facebook. The Facebook Pixel is the ability for you to be able to track this spend a little better. So you can put a pixel on your website and see whether people click through, and then finally the payment method. So after all that's set up, you click Boost Now. Facebook will review that post and then get it up and running. So let's go see. So we'll go back. We'll go cancel ad. We'll go see an ad in the real world. So let's have a look here. So here we've got an ad running for Sapphire City Engineering. We're trying to sell some trailers for them, and so we've got a basic little description of what's on offer, and the call to actions essentially to contact them. So for some clients we'd do the messenger, or we'd do you remember the call to actions that would appear down the bottom here, but we find with these guys it's better to get people just to phone through. So here we can see, we'll have a look at the results. So this is the results of that ad that's been running. So over 8 days we've spent a bit over $10. We've got 82 engagements on that post. That post's been shown to 1,300 people, and so the average cost of that advertisement is 13 cents per engagement. Now the types of engagement we have are people just looking at the post. Then we have likes, those sort of interactions with the post, clicking on photos, that sort of liking photos, that sort of thing. It's been shared twice, and we've had 1 comment so far. You can see also here that this is the demographics that we're hitting. Here you can see we sent it to a similar, so we did Armidale, Glen Innes, Inverell as well, 18 to 65 plus, so full range of ages. But you can see here that we're getting excellent engagement with the men. So next time you might refine your audience a bit more and target just them in. We've got mobile phones, massive amount of mobile phone use, so that's the majority of where the ad's appearing. And so that's also important to make sure that if you're sending people to your website from a Facebook ad, make sure that that website looks great on a mobile, so that there's a seamless sort of transition and they're happy to spend money with you. So desktop and newsfeed, locations throughout New South Wales, you can drill into those sort of things. Okay, so there we go. That shows you how that post is going. The important thing to remember is, like all social media, this needs monitoring. You can't just throw money at it and hope it works. You need to monitor how your boosts are going. And so in this instance, I think we had somewhere here there was a comment we responded to advising them to call Gary. And so if somebody engages with the post, you have to respond to them promptly and direct them the right way to go, answer their questions. Another opportunity that this sort of boosting affords you is to be able to invite people. So if we have a look on here, we can see the people that have engaged with the post and liked it, and you can see here we've invited some people. So as we've sent this post out into those geographical locations in Armidale and Glen Innes, there's people who have engaged with this post that aren't likers of our page, so they're not part of the 748 people that like us. So what the boost allows you to do is to reach that audience. So obviously they've liked this, they've liked the post that's come through their feed, the sponsored post, and so now we have an opportunity to get them into a closer relationship with us. So if we've invited these people, and then over time, once they receive that invitation, they might like the post and this number goes up. That then means that when we do a non-paid post, when we send out a normal post, there's more of an audience that we don't have to pay for. So you spend a little bit of money now to build your audience, meaning that the next time you have something to sell, there's more people to reach. So what posts should you boost? Because you're doing posts all the time, regular posts. We've got posts here about trailers, asking for reviews, custom fabrication that they've been doing. So we've chosen here not to boost that one. It's reached 210 people by itself, had 5 likes. This one we did boost, and it's reached 1,300 people, 28 likes, 2 comments. And so I think it depends on your business and your approach. Some businesses will boost every post. Some people haven't boosted any at all. We find it's good to strike a balance so that you're not shoving your business in people's faces all the time. And you want to be making posts that are engaging, that are appealing, that people will naturally want to like and share. So if you just try a few posts, see what the results are like, and Facebook has a large amount of data and analytics for you to look at that can guide your future decisions. And so you can look at the posts and see which posts have been received well, and this can guide your future spend. My final point would be, if you're spending any money at all on advertising, you want to make sure that it's resulting in sales. And so if you're driving people to your website from these sort of ads, you can then measure visitor numbers on your website's analytics. You can measure results of the advertising by seeing how many inquiries you get, see how many sales on your online shop. If the objective of your ad isn't website based, if the call to action, like in this case, is to call, email or visit this business, then you'll need to set up processes within your business to ensure that you know where your customers are coming from. And so this can occur just during phone conversations, or at the finalisation of a sale. You can ask them, how did you find us? These simple sort of questions and even customer surveys that you send to them can tie your advertising spend to actual sales. And that will then mean that when you next go to allocate a budget to a spend, you can say, alright, we spent $50 on that boost, but I know that that person that liked it there phoned me the next day and I sold a $16,000 trailer. And so the next time you go to boost, you can sort of say, alright, let's allocate $100. Let's target our audience. Let's refine that audience so that it's more targeted, and see if that next ad sells another trailer. If it doesn't, you can take a step back and broaden the audience again. Or if it does sell another trailer, take another step forward and see if you can create an audience on Facebook that really works for your business. So that's our introduction to Facebook boosting. Please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can visit our website and click on the contact us and send through any messages you like to our contact details there. But we welcome discussion, and we're happy to talk to anyone about their online needs. Thank you so much for your time.